Hi, my name is Nicole Bias. Today is October 12th, and I'll be going over Lab 5, Axial and Appendicular Skeleton. This is the front and back. I'll be placing that over here. This is my list of things I'll be going over today. And this is, I'm going to be referring to this list to make sure I don't miss anything. Front and back, and front and back. Okay, so the axial skeleton is made of the skull, the spinal cord, and the rib cage, and the appendicular skeleton is the extremities and the pelvic girdle. So I'll first be going over the skull. And the bone that I'm choosing to talk about in particular, I'll go over that first. That's going to be the frontal bone here. It is a flat bone, and makes up the forehead, and the main function is to protect the brain. So I hope that was in detail enough. I'm now going to go into the axial skeleton, particularly the skull. So here we have the nasal bone. Here we have the vomer. Here we have the lacrimal bone, the ethmoid bone, and the sphenoid bone back here. We have the maxilla and the mandala and the zygomatic bone here. We have the frontal bone. We have the temporal bone here. We have the parietal bones. We have the occipital bone. I don't believe I missed anything. Okay, I'm going to turn this page. Now for the vertebral column, I'm going to be putting him up here. There is, the first bone is the axis, followed by the atlas, followed by the cervical spine, the thoracic spine or vertebrae, the lumbar, the sacrum, and the coccyx. Back here we have the scapula. Right here we have the clavicle. Now for the rib cage, we have true bones, true ribs, we have false ribs, and we have floating ribs. Okay, now let me turn this page. Okay. Now for the pelvic girdle, we have the ilium, the ischium, the pubic bone. Let me see. We have the femur, the patella, and the femur, the patella. Before I forget, I want to go up here and point out the humerus, the radius, and the ulna. I'll come back to the hands. So this is the femur. This is the femur. This is the tibia and the fibula on the outside. So now I will come to the bones of the bones of the hand. Okay. So on the outside here, so these are the carpals, these are the metacarpals, and these are the phalanges. So out here we have the trapezium, and then we have, I'm going to just refer to this list. We have the trapezium, and then we have the trapezium, the scaphoid, hamate down here, lunate, and capitate, and the triquetrum underneath here, and on top is the pisiform on top here. Okay, and then now for the feet and ankles, we have the tarsals here, metatarsals, and phalanges again down here. So the bones for this side are the calcaneus back here, the talus right here, and then we have the navicular right here. I'm pointing to it there, and then the lateral cuneiform, intermediate cuneiform next to it, and the medial cuneiform on the inside. And all the way on this, oh my gosh, I'm almost done, so I'm just going to continue. On this far side is the cuboid. So you know what, maybe this is better that I get to talk about it closer. So right here, I don't know if it's too bright. Okay. Okay, so right here we have the calcaneus. Right here, next we have the talus. The talus right here. So calcaneus back here, I'm sorry, and then the talus is the next bone. And then on this side we have the cuboid, we have the navicular right here, and then we have the lateral cuneiform, intermediate cuneiform, and the lateral cuneiform, intermediate cuneiform, and the medial cuneiform. Okay, so I think I pretty much got everything. I didn't want to start all over because I was at the end, so I hope that works for that. I'm gonna set him down. And okay, so I have my list here. So the bone disease that I'm gonna talk about is osteoporosis. It is characterized by a lack of calcium in the bones. The way that people can avoid this is really early on in childhood and in young years of getting adequate nutrition and calcium and vitamin D. Also, lifestyle can affect it. If people smoke, they're more prone to it. If they're not active, if they don't exercise with weight-bearing exercises to keep their bones healthy, and also if they, I'm trying to think, if they lack sex hormones, they also have, they also are at higher risk. The structural changes that happen to the bones are they become a lot more thin and brittle, and this can cause a lot of hip fractures and bone breakage later on in life. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you.